Hey folks, Errol over here, not exactly at Fineth, with another one of our berry foraging videos. These are chokecherries. There are several varieties you see here. Some are more of a dark purple-black when they're ripe, and some are more of a deep red. And they are a beautiful, fascinating wild fruit. They are in the cherry family, which is also in the family of roses and apples, and they are called chokecherries for a reason. They have a kind of slightly tart, stringent, with what I think of as a slightly chalky aftertaste to them. Now, if you're thinking that doesn't sound appetizing at all, why are you guys even picking these things? It actually, I find it much more pleasant than it sounds, especially if you turn it into a juice or a jam. Of course, jams tend to have a ton of sugar in them, so pretty much anytime you fill something tart with a lot of sugar, it ends up tasting good. That's not usually what I do. I make a juice with them and then enjoy it with a little bit of my homemade ginger ale poured into it to sweeten it just a little bit and give it a little bit of carbonation when we eat it. That's our most frequent way to enjoy these. But if you eat a bunch fresh, they are definitely a little sour, and there's a reason for their name. Anyway, they're like many wild berries. They're highly nutritious. They do have a cherry-like pit in the center. I mean, not cherry-like, it is a cherry pit with, due to their small size, a small amount of flesh on the outside. So in the next video, you'll get to see how I process them and can them, can the juice. But anyway, this was, Clay and I went out for an evening for about an hour and a half, and we got about 4 gallons picked. We found a patch that had done pretty well. They tend to like kind of warm, sunny, dry hillsides, as you can probably see from this shot. But we always enjoy foraging for wild berries together, and this was actually quite a pleasant evening since we've had some good hard freezes now. I didn't get bit by any mosquitoes while we were out there, which made it even more pleasant. And a lot of fruits like this are actually sweeter after a couple frosts, so that's also nice. Anyway, we had a lovely time picking these together, and if you've never seen them, they grow wild across a whole lot of the country and, well, across the states and into Canada. They're pretty cold hardy, obviously, since they grow here, but they also grow in places like Virginia and a lot of the rest of the country. I think chokecherry is actually the state fruit of North Dakota. Anyway, so they grow in a wide range of places. In the spring, they have a beautiful kind of long bloom of little white flowers. I read something that called them unpleasantly scented. I have always found their scent to be quite pleasant, so I don't know what that author was talking about. But anyway, they're beautiful, and if you have any critters around, a ton of wildlife enjoys these too. I mean, deer and such will browse on the bushes themselves, but I think about 70 species of birds enjoy eating chokecherries, and don't worry, there's lots more than we picked for all the wild things to eat. And the plants host quite a few butterfly species, including several swallowtail species. And anyway, they're a fascinating, beautiful plant. These are shorter bushes. We pick the ones that we can most easily pick. They get somewhere between this height and up to 20 or more feet tall. They're not really a tree, they're a bush. But they can make a very nice landscape, hedge, fence, row, whatever place as well, even if you don't want to eat them, just because they are so loved by birds. And we'll talk about this a lot more when we actually process them. The berries are entirely edible for humans. The leaves, bark, and pits are somewhat poisonous. They have I can't pronounce it, hydrocyanide, something in that family of chemicals in there, so it's not recommended that you eat the leaves, branches, and pits. But chokecherries themselves, the flesh of the berry, has been used for a long time by many cultures as a valuable food source, and they're also used medicinally for treating canker sores and cold sores. So I just thought you guys might enjoy learning about another wild berry if you're not familiar with them, or bring back memories of picking them yourself if you have done so in the past. Anyway, this is our evening of foraging for chokecherries, and Next time around, we will turn them into a juice that we can enjoy in the winter once it's no longer fun to be outside picking wild berries because there's none left because everything's under the snow.
That's the way you pick. This will fill your bucket.
Okay.
There's no red light blinking. Oh, is this a video? We hope you enjoyed it.
Come back next time for more adventures.
Thanks for watching.